Ever wonder why your garden stalls halfway through the season, even with fertilizer? The truth is, most fertilizers are like fast food for plants, quick energy, but no real nourishment. Your soil might look alive, yet it's quietly starving. Today, we're revealing 8 secret minerals, nature's own recipe, that most fertilizers completely forget. Add them, and your garden will explode with growth, the kind your grandparents used to brag about. Get ready to give your plants a real meal. Meet Mrs. Hattie Green, age 79. Mrs. Hattie Green, a 79-year-old retired librarian from Missouri, knows a thing or two about gardens and patience. For decades, she struggled with her vegetable beds. No matter how much fertilizer she used, her tomatoes would stop growing halfway, and her carrots never reached their full size. One spring, she realized the problem wasn't her seeds. It was what she fed her soil. She said, "I didn't change my seeds. I changed what I fed my soil." Instead of relying on store-bought fertilizer alone, Hattie discovered 8 simple minerals that most gardeners overlook. Every spring, she adds just a pinch of each to her beds. The results? Her garden now thrives like a miniature farm. She grows enough produce to feed half her neighborhood: fresh greens, sweet tomatoes, and crunchy carrots, all without expensive additives or chemicals. Hattie's story proves that gardening isn't just about planting seeds. It's about nourishing the life beneath the surface. Those tiny, often invisible minerals transform ordinary soil into a thriving ecosystem. And the best part? You don't need a massive garden or expensive tools. Just the right soil nutrients, patience, and a little love. By learning from Hattie, you can unlock the hidden potential in your own garden. The secret isn't new seeds or fancy fertilizers. It's giving your soil what it truly craves. Once you do, your garden will reward you with growth, abundance, and flavor your neighbors will envy. Fertilizer isn't enough. Fertilizer mainly gives you 3 things: nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, NPK. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. Your plants crave balance, trace minerals that build strong roots, flavorful harvests, and disease resistance. Think of it like your own diet. Vitamins and minerals keep you strong. Same goes for your garden. Note in 1,500 characters. The goal is to maximize engagement, retention, and emotional connection while delivering actionable and relatable advice. Secret mineral number 1, calcium, the building block your plants crave. When most people think of calcium, they think of strong bones. But in the garden, calcium plays an equally important role. It's the secret ingredient that builds strong cell walls in your plants. Without enough calcium, even the healthiest looking plants can suffer. Tomatoes develop blossom end rot. Leafy greens get weak, and stems become fragile, making your garden more prone to disease and damage. Luckily, calcium is easy to add, and you don't need expensive chemicals. Gentle, natural sources like crushed eggshells, powdered lime, or even a splash of old milk can work wonders. Just sprinkle eggshells around your seedlings, or work powdered lime into your soil before planting. Over time, calcium strengthens the very structure of your plants, helping them grow taller, sturdier, and more resilient. Exactly the kind of growth your grandparents relied on when fertilizer wasn't an option. Here's why it matters. Strong cell walls aren't just about toughness. They help plants absorb water more efficiently, resist pests, and produce bigger, juicier fruits and vegetables. In short, calcium gives your garden the framework it needs to thrive, not just survive. Have you ever used eggshells in your garden? Did you notice stronger plants? Share your experience. Even small tips can help another gardener. Tip for extra impact: if you're planting tomatoes or peppers this season, sprinkle a layer of crushed eggshells around the roots early on. Watch for fewer split fruits and sturdier stems. A simple tweak that makes a noticeable difference. Remember, your soil is alive. It's not just dirt. It's a community of microbes, minerals, and nutrients working together. Calcium is one of the foundational minerals that keeps that ecosystem strong. Add it thoughtfully, and your garden will reward you with lush, resilient growth that truly feels like magic. Pro tip: combine calcium with other minerals for maximum effect. Alone, it strengthens, but together with magnesium, potassium, and trace minerals, it helps your plants reach their full potential. Secret mineral number 2, magnesium, the color maker of your garden. If calcium is the building block, Magnesium is the magic that gives your garden its vibrant color. This mineral is at the heart of chlorophyll, the green pigment that lets plants capture sunlight and turn it into energy. Without enough magnesium, your plants can look tired, pale, or yellow, even if you've been fertilizing them faithfully. Mrs. Hattie Green calls magnesium her garden aspirin because it can revive struggling plants almost overnight. A simple, inexpensive trick is all it takes. Dissolve 1 tablespoon of Epsom salt in a gallon of water and sprinkle it around your plants or pour directly onto the soil. Almost instantly, yellowing leaves start to regain their healthy green glow, and your garden feels more alive. But magnesium isn't just about aesthetics. Healthy green leaves mean stronger photosynthesis. Your plants can absorb more sunlight, make more food, and grow more abundantly. When magnesium is balanced with calcium and other nutrients, it helps prevent leaf curl, weak stems, and poor fruit production. In short, it's a silent hero that makes every plant in your garden healthier, stronger, and more productive. Here's why this matters. Most gardeners focus on nitrogen for green growth. But without magnesium, nitrogen can't do its job properly. It's like trying to bake a cake without flour. The results will never match the effort. By ensuring magnesium is present in your soil, you're giving your plants the energy they need to thrive naturally. How do you fix yellow leaves in your plants? Have you tried Epsom salt or another method? Let's trade wisdom below. Your tip could save someone's garden this season. Pro tip from Mrs. Green. For ongoing care, sprinkle a light layer of Epsom salt around your garden beds at the start of each growing season. Pair it with consistent watering, and you'll notice healthier foliage, richer color, and more vibrant fruit, all without harsh chemicals. Remember, gardening is a dialogue with nature. Magnesium is one of those quiet helpers that work behind the scenes to ensure your garden isn't just surviving, but thriving. Give your plants this mineral, and watch your leaves glow, your fruits flourish, and your garden come alive with color and energy. Secret mineral number 3, iron, turning sunlight into plant energy. Iron may be tiny, but it's a powerhouse when it comes to your garden. This mineral is essential for chlorophyll production, the process that turns sunlight into sugar, which fuels every leaf, stem, and fruit. Without enough iron, your plants may look pale, weak, or sickly, even if everything else seems fine. A classic sign of iron deficiency is pale leaves with dark green veins. It's subtle, but it tells you your soil is hungry for this critical mineral. Left unchecked, plants can struggle to grow. Flowers may fail to bloom, and fruits may stay small or misshapen. The good news? Restoring iron is simple and natural. Mrs. Hattie Green swears by a handful of composted manure worked gently into the soil, or a touch of iron sulfate sprinkled around thirsty plants. Within weeks, those once lifeless greens regain a deep forest green, and your garden starts producing with renewed vigor. Iron doesn't just make plants look healthy, it powers growth from the inside out. Strong, iron-rich leaves mean more energy production, which translates to bigger yields, sweeter fruits, and more resilient plants. Think of it as giving your garden a natural energy drink, but one that works quietly, day after day. Have you ever had pale leaves with dark veins in your garden? How did you fix it? Share your experience below. Your tip could help another gardener bring their greens back to life. Pro tip: pair iron with magnesium and calcium for maximum effect. While magnesium fuels photosynthesis and calcium strengthens cell walls, iron ensures your plants can actually turn sunlight into usable energy. Together, they create a soil ecosystem that supports growth, flavor, and resilience. Remember, every mineral plays a unique role in your garden's symphony. Iron is the conductor of energy, quietly orchestrating lush, vibrant growth. Add it thoughtfully, and your garden won't just survive this season, it will thrive, producing leaves, fruits, and flowers that make neighbors stop and admire. By paying attention to subtle signs like leaf color, you're learning to read your garden's language. Feed it what it's asking for, and it will reward you with health, abundance, and that deep, rich green that gardeners dream of. Secret mineral number 4, zinc. Small mineral, huge results. Zinc may be one of the tiniest minerals your garden needs, but its impact is enormous. This unsung hero plays a critical role in seed germination, root development, and fruit set. Without enough zinc, seeds may struggle to sprout. Seedlings can remain stunted, and flowers may drop before producing fruit. Even the healthiest-looking soil can hide a zinc deficiency, quietly holding back your garden's potential. Mrs. Hattie Green calls zinc the spark behind new life, because it kickstarts growth at the very beginning. A simple way to naturally replenish zinc in your soil is with wood ash from your fireplace, or a sprinkle of kelp meal. Both are gentle, sustainable sources that feed your soil without relying on synthetic fertilizers. Just mix them lightly into the soil before planting, and watch your seeds sprout stronger and faster than before. Why does zinc matter beyond seedlings? It supports enzymes that regulate plant growth and hormone production, which directly influences flowering and fruiting. In practical terms, that means more blossoms, better fruit set, and bigger harvests. Zinc is the quiet mineral that ensures your plants go from potential to production, helping your garden truly thrive. Ever used wood ash in your garden? What's your secret recipe for success? Share below. Your tip could help someone finally get that perfect bloom or fruit set this season. Pro tip from Mrs. Green. When applying zinc sources like wood ash or kelp meal, avoid overdoing it. A little goes a long way. Lightly mix it into the top. Few inches of soil to give your seeds and plants just the boost they need, without upsetting the balance of other minerals. Remember, gardening is a conversation with nature. Zinc is one of those quiet contributors working behind the scenes. It doesn't grab attention like tomatoes or sunflowers, but without it, your garden can stall silently. Feed it wisely, and you'll notice stronger seedlings, more abundant blooms, and fruit that actually sets. By paying attention to these hidden helpers like zinc, you're not just gardening, you're cultivating resilience, beauty, and abundance from the soil up. Tiny mineral, massive impact. And all it takes is a gentle sprinkle to unlock your garden's true potential. Secret mineral number 5, copper, your garden's immune booster. Just like humans need a strong immune system to fight off illness, plants rely on copper to stay healthy and resilient. This tiny mineral is crucial for helping plants combat fungal infections, root rot, and other diseases that can silently weaken your garden. Without enough copper, even well-watered, well-fed plants can struggle to thrive. Mrs. Hattie Green describes copper as her garden's shield. While many gardeners mistakenly toss a few old pennies into the soil hoping for a quick fix that barely scratches the surface, copper in pennies is minimal and often coated. Instead, the real game changers are composted seaweed or a carefully applied copper spray. These sources deliver copper in a form plants can actually absorb, strengthening their natural defenses and keeping your garden vibrant. Here's why copper matters. It's involved in enzyme production that supports growth, strengthens cell walls, and enhances the plant's ability to resist disease. Think of it as giving your garden a built-in armor, protecting tender roots, leaves, and stems from invisible threats that can stunt growth or ruin your harvest. Have you ever tried copper sprays or seaweed compost in your garden? Did it help your plants fight off disease? Share your experiences below. Your tip could save someone's garden this season. Pro tip from Mrs. Green. When using copper sprays, always follow the instructions carefully. Over-application can harm plants instead of helping them. For composted seaweed, mix a thin layer into your soil before planting or around the base of established plants. Over time, copper slowly releases, giving your garden consistent protection throughout the season. Remember, gardening isn't just about growth, it's about resilience. Copper may be small, but it plays a huge role in keeping your plants healthy and productive. With copper in the mix, your garden is better equipped to fight off disease, recover from stress, and produce abundant, vibrant crops. By paying attention to these hidden helpers, you're not just planting seeds, you're building a defense system that lets your garden flourish naturally. Strong, protected plants are more likely to thrive, giving you that lush, healthy harvest that makes all the effort worth it. Secret mineral number 6, boron, the garden's matchmaker. Boron might not make headlines like nitrogen or calcium, but in your garden, it plays a quiet, essential role, helping plants reproduce. Think of boron as the matchmaker of the plant world. It ensures pollen reaches the right place so flowers can set fruit, seeds can develop, and your harvest reaches its full potential. Without enough boron, you may notice flowers dropping early, fruits forming poorly, or yields that fall short despite perfect care. Mrs. Hattie Green swears by boron for keeping her garden productive. She uses a pinch of borax dissolved in a gallon of water once per season. Applied carefully, this simple boost can mean fuller blooms, larger fruits, and healthier seeds. But like any powerful tool, moderation is key. Too much boron can burn plants. So it's better to start small. Observe your plant's response and adjust gradually. Why does boron matter so much? Beyond helping pollen travel, it supports cell wall formation, sugar transport, and hormone regulation. That means boron not only helps plants reproduce, but also contributes to stronger stems, better nutrient distribution, and more resilient growth. It's a mineral that quietly orchestrates the unseen processes that turn a simple flower into a bountiful fruit or vegetable. Do you remember any old family tricks for boosting blossoms naturally? Did they work for you? Share below. Your wisdom could inspire another gardener this season. Pro tip from Mrs. Green. Always mix boron thoroughly into water before applying, and avoid sprinkling it directly on leaves to prevent burning. Apply at the early flowering stage for best results. Combine boron with other minerals like calcium and zinc to support both strong growth and successful reproduction. Remember, gardening is a balance between science and intuition. Boron may be small, but its role is mighty. By giving your plants the right touch at the right time, you're unlocking the potential for bigger harvests, more vibrant blooms, and fruits that fully develop. Pay attention to the subtle signals in your garden: drooping flowers or underdeveloped fruits are whispers asking for boron. Feed them thoughtfully, and your garden will reward you with abundance, beauty, and that sense of wonder that makes gardening truly magical. Secret mineral number 7, sulfur, the flavor enhancer of your garden. If you've ever bitten into a perfectly sweet tomato or a pungent, zesty onion, you can thank sulfur. This underrated mineral does more than support growth. It directly impacts flavor, aroma, and overall plant quality. Without enough sulfur, vegetables and herbs can taste bland. Onions lose their bite, and leafy greens may lack that deep, satisfying flavor that keeps you coming back for more. Mrs. Hattie Green calls sulfur her secret seasoning. She uses it strategically to bring out the natural taste in her garden's harvest. Gentle sources like gypsum or elemental sulfur allow her to sweeten or slightly acidify the soil depending on what she's growing, giving plants the perfect environment to express their full flavor. Unlike harsh chemical additives, these natural options work with the soil's ecosystem, feeding both plants and beneficial microbes. Why sulfur is so important? It's a key component of certain amino acids and enzymes, which are crucial for plant metabolism, chlorophyll production, and disease resistance. Strong metabolism leads to robust growth, and healthy plants translate to crops with vibrant color, richer taste, and better nutritional value. Simply put, sulfur helps your garden not just grow, but shine on the plate. Which vegetable in your garden tastes the best because of the soil? Have you ever tried gypsum or sulfur to enhance flavor? Share your secret tips below. Let's swap recipes for great soil and even better harvests. Pro tip from Mrs. Green. When applying sulfur or gypsum, lightly work it into the top few inches of soil. Avoid over-application. A little goes a long way. Match the type of sulfur to your crop. Gypsum gently adds sulfur without affecting soil pH much, while elemental sulfur can slightly acidify the soil, which is perfect for tomatoes, peppers, and blueberries that love a touch of acidity. Remember, gardening isn't just about quantity, it's about quality. Sulfur ensures that every bite from your garden is flavorful, vibrant, and memorable. It's the hidden ingredient that separates ordinary produce from extraordinary harvests. By understanding and adding sulfur thoughtfully, you're not only feeding your plants, but also feeding your family and friends with taste, nutrition, and joy. Your garden becomes a source of pride, a feast for the senses, and a reflection of the care and attention you pour into it. Secret mineral number 8, manganese, the unseen hero of root growth. Manganese may not grab headlines like nitrogen or calcium, but it quietly works behind the scenes to keep your garden thriving from the ground up. This essential mineral helps plants absorb other nutrients efficiently, build strong immune systems, and support robust root development. Without enough manganese, Even well-fed plants can struggle to take in the nutrients they need, leaving growth stunted and leaves pale or mottled. Mrs. Hattie Green calls manganese her silent supporter. She doesn't see it, but she feels its effects every season: healthier roots, stronger stems, and more resilient plants. Her favorite way to supply it naturally is through compost or alfalfa meal, which are not only rich in manganese, but also gentle on aging soil. Sprinkling a layer before planting or lightly mixing it into the topsoil nourishes both the plants and the microbial community, creating a thriving underground ecosystem that sustains life above ground. Why manganese matters? It's a key player in photosynthesis and enzyme function, meaning it helps plants produce energy, grow faster, and resist stress. Strong roots supported by manganese can access water and minerals more efficiently, while above-ground growth benefits from increased nutrient absorption. Essentially, manganese turns ordinary soil into a nutrient-rich foundation that powers your garden, from roots to leaves. Engagement prompt: what's your favorite way to build healthier soil over time? Do you use compost, alfalfa meal, or something else? Share your tips below. Your experience could inspire someone to transform their soil. Pro tip from Mrs. Green: for ongoing care, lightly top-dress your beds with compost or alfalfa meal each season. This not only replenishes manganese, but also improves soil structure, supports beneficial microbes, and keeps your garden resilient year after year. Small, consistent additions often work better than heavy, one-time applications. Remember, gardening is a long-term relationship with your soil. Manganese may be unseen, but it's essential for strong roots, healthy nutrient uptake, and natural disease resistance. Feed your soil thoughtfully, and it will return the favor with vibrant, robust plants that thrive season after season. By paying attention to these hidden minerals, including manganese, you're not just growing plants, you're cultivating a sustainable ecosystem that rewards care, patience, and wisdom. Every sprinkle, every amendment, and every nurturing touch brings your garden closer to its full potential. Feed the soil, not just the plant. Mrs. Hattie Green always had a simple, powerful saying: you can't pour life into your garden. You must grow it from the ground up. This wisdom captures the essence of gardening that many overlook. Too often, we focus solely on what goes into the plants: a sprinkle of fertilizer here, a watering can there, hoping for lush leaves, big fruits, or endless blooms. But healthy plants don't start with fertilizer bottles. They start with healthy, mineral-rich soil. Your soil is the foundation, the hidden engine of growth, the unseen network that nourishes every root, leaf, and flower. Without it, even the best seeds struggle to reach their potential. Restoring the minerals we've explored: calcium, magnesium, iron, zinc, copper, boron, sulfur, and manganese, transform soil from a lifeless medium into a vibrant ecosystem. When you feed the soil thoughtfully, it feeds back in abundance. Plants grow stronger, leaves glow greener, fruits taste sweeter, and flowers bloom more generously. It's not just physical nourishment. It's a subtle, grounding joy that comes from working with nature rather than forcing it. Mrs. Green's garden isn't just about yield. It's about peace of mind, connection, and rhythm. She spends mornings kneeling in the dirt, feeling the soil crumble through her fingers, noticing tiny changes, and understanding the life beneath the surface. That care, that attention to the invisible, transforms her garden into something magical, a space of beauty, abundance, and satisfaction. Have you ever thought about what your soil really needs? What's one thing you do to keep it healthy? Share your story below. Your tip might change someone's garden forever. The lesson is universal. You cannot give what the soil itself does not hold. Minerals aren't just nutrients. They are the language of growth. Feed the soil, and the soil responds with vigor, resilience, and flavor. Skip this step, and even the most dedicated gardener will feel frustration as plants underperform. Your garden becomes a mirror of your care. Rich soil brings vibrant color, delicious taste, and a sense of calm. It's the difference between gardening as a chore and gardening as a joy. Every pinch of compost, every handful of minerals, every season spent tending the earth is an investment, not just in plants, but in life, connection, and fulfillment. So, remember Mrs. Green's timeless advice: don't just feed your plants. Feed your soil. nourish the unseen foundation, and everything above it, your harvest, your garden's beauty, and even your own peace of mind, will flourish in return. The health of your soil is the secret to a garden that thrives year after year. Gardening isn't just a hobby, it's a journey of patience, learning, and joy that connects us to nature, to our communities, and to ourselves. And here at the Evergreen Seniors, we're on that journey together. Every tip, every mineral, every story from Mrs. Hattie Green is meant to inspire you to nurture your garden, your soil, and your life. If today's episode gave you new ideas, sparked a moment of insight, or reminded you of the quiet magic in your own garden, don't let it stop there. Take that inspiration and bring it into your soil this season. Try one new mineral, sprinkle a little compost, or just kneel and feel the soil in your hands. Every small action grows into something meaningful. Which of the 8 secret minerals are you excited to try first? Or maybe you already have a favorite trick that works wonders in your garden. Share it in the comments. Your tip could help someone else bloom this season. By subscribing, liking, and sharing our videos, you become part of a community that celebrates growth in every form: plants, gardens, and the people who care for them. We're here to make sure you never stop learning, experimenting, and enjoying the slow, magical process of growing. Each week, we bring actionable advice, relatable stories, and heartfelt encouragement that make gardening more than a task. It becomes a way to connect with life and legacy. Remember, gardens mirror our care. Feed them thoughtfully, nurture them patiently, and watch how abundance, beauty, and joy emerge. And just as your plants bloom, your connection to nature and your own sense of purpose can flourish too. That's the heart of the Evergreen Seniors, helping every gardener, young or old, keep growing, thriving, and blooming. So, take a deep breath, feel the soil, and know that every small action counts. Keep experimenting with those secret minerals. Keep listening to your garden, and keep sharing what you learn with others. Because when one garden thrives, it inspires another. And that's how growth spreads, one seed, one hand, one heart at a time. Have you noticed a small change in your garden that made a big difference? Or learned a tip from a loved one that transformed your plants? Drop it below. Let's celebrate those victories together and keep blooming as a community. By joining the Evergreen Seniors, you're not just watching a video, you're joining a movement to grow better gardens, stronger communities, and happier, more connected lives. Keep blooming, keep learning, and keep sharing the love of gardening with those around you.